What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the new week. It's a new week. It's a new day. It's Tuesday. You know, the worst day of the week. How's everyone doing? Good. Good. I'm glad. You know, I've had a pretty good weekend. You know, just living the dream. New year, new me. The classic saying. But enough. We're gonna skip most of the chit chat and kind of get into it because we have a lot of redstone ingenuity to do today. So that's exciting. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, really nothing's changed since we've last been on here. Of course, all the animals are here. There are more cows. I've been breeding them up like crazy because we're starting to need some leather. We need some books for the enchanting setup. And we also need them for item frames. So all around just need leather. As you can see, I finished flattening out this area now. Looks kind of plain right now, but yeah, it kind of makes it look a little bit better. There's not that drop right in front of the fences. We also moved the hay bale stack away from the house, so now you kind of have a clear view of the house from over here, and that will only get more clear as we move further into the episodes, you know? The inside of the barn looks the same. Where everything has changed is down here. So we'll see some key changes have been happening. So today we're going to be working on the storage system, which you see I have a little bit set up here, and I have the first kind of redstone setup ready. And this is just to make sure that I remembered how to do it correctly so that I didn't get on here and just completely mess it up, because I actually did this one block higher when I first tried it. So it worked out that I didn't do it on camera because that would be embarrassing. But after last episode, I went caving a lot. So we now I did a lot of math. This episode had a lot of math in it, and it was calculating how many hoppers we need, repeaters, torches, comparators, chest, all that stuff. So the math has finally all been done. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if I got it right, but we should have everything we need for this setup. Before we start getting into the setup, I do just want to explain this, which will come into play later this episode. We are going to have an automatic pumpkin and melon farm, and this is me just kind of planning out how it's going to look. So each one represents the plant itself. So picture it as the pumpkins and stuff will actually grow into these middle sections here, and a piston will be behind it. But so that will come in at the second half. We're going to be doing a lot of work in the basement of the barn today, so these will come into effect later. I've also decided when this is all hooked up to the storage system, which by the end of this video, I want this to be done and working, because we are getting an insane amount of wool. As you can see, this is all full. Like, we're running out of space, so the storage system is really needed. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so what I was about to say right before that is, once this is all hooked up to that, this is actually going to be the wall. So the wall is actually going to cover up these, so we won't be able to see the farm anymore, which after just deliberating, I thought that was the best way to do it. So overall, pretty excited. But we're just going to do a couple sections here on camera, and then I will kind of finish it off, and then I'll bring you back in, and then we'll set up this actual sorting part of it, and then we'll make some improvements and stuff and just make sure it works all on camera. So by the end of today's episode, it's going to be working, and I'm pumped about it. So let's just hop in and just start building. I kind of have it laid out where we can build this by part. So we know we're going to need redstone all across that back there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then before I forget, we're just going to go ahead and put in all the hoppers we need here. Like that. Sweet. Because knowing me, I would continue working, and then it would be blocked off. That's just how I usually work. So then, of course, we have the repeaters right here. We need to make sure that we keep this lit up, because there actually are some spawning surfaces back here. So we're just going to keep torches up on the back wall. Then comes, I made one too many repeaters. Classic. So then we're going to put in the handy dandy cobblestone. And then I think the actual, so like I said, by the end of today's episode, I want this to be done. I didn't say I want it to look good. So keep that in mind. It's not going to look 100% like we want it today. But it should look good. And then by the next episode, it should be in between episodes, if I could speak, sorry, it is quite early in the morning. If I could speak, what we're going to do is I'm going to like finish off and make it look good off camera. So most of the actual like aesthetic part of the basement will be done off camera, and then you guys will just see it in the next episode. I don't even think you'll see it in the next section because we have everything we need for the pumpkin farm too, so that's just going to come in right after this. So but yeah, what'd you guys do this weekend? You know, I didn't do anything. Oh no. Let's see. I really can't even think of anything that I did, which means it was a pretty boring weekend. And I will say truthfully, that's not like the worst thing in the world for me. I love being lazy, and I love just being able to lay in bed all day. Especially the last couple days here have been cold and, well, it's winter, so it's going to be cold, thank you. But like, it's been cold and then like rainy. So I've had a lot of motivational issues over the last couple days, you know, that kind of thing. We're going to go ahead and just place everything we need up top here for every section of this thing. Because my plan is to not to have to come back up here until we set up the actual storage system. Oh, there. That's where the dirt went. Oh man, it's a long story off camera. I was testing it and then some dirt disappeared and don't want to talk about it. But that's basically what happened. But basically this thing is done. I mean, the thing I've learned by watching people is when you start getting into technical Minecraft, you think it's going to be like the hardest thing in the world, but then you start building stuff and it's simple, you know, like that drop off thing, simple. This whole storage thing, simple. Like the fact that it is already set up, basically, like we're putting in the final aspects here is incredible to me, and it's more incredible that I actually was able to do it. And we mostly did it on camera, and I think it's all right. But we can't get ahead of ourselves because Lord knows it's probably not right. But yeah. So basically, I'll go ahead and just explain it a bit. I'm pretty sure, I mean, if you come here for a tutorial, thank you, but there are so many better people to watch a tutorial, but I will try to explain it. So, these hoppers go across the top and are pointing this direction. So hoppers actually always look to go down before going across. So even though they're pointed this way, every time it comes over this hopper, it's going to be checking if that item can go into this hopper, which is why we have dirt, because no dirt is going to be going through the system. So you want something that's not going to be going through the system. So like when people build like a big storage system, they usually rename stuff. But since we're just dealing with wool, we can just put something that's not ever going to be going through the system. So dirt is a good one. So then you leave this one slot, and that is where the wool's gonna go. So say this is white wool. We can put one thing in there, and as the white wool trickles in, it'll fill it up. So now the hoppers are locked. This hopper is locked, so nothing can go into that hopper because of that redstone torch. So we need this strength to come here, hit that repeater, and then to turn off the torch to let things through. And so this actually has to fill up, and there will actually always be 41. And you can actually change it by adding like more filler in if you want less to be in the hopper. So that's nice to do if you're dealing with like ender pearls that only stack to 16 or stuff like that. But basically, once it reaches 41, anything over that amount will just start going down into the chest. And that's how it sorts itself. So it does that every single time. So say white wool is here and then this chest is like blue. The blue will actually check every hopper in between to see if it can go down, which it can't because they will be set up to different colors. Then it goes, once it gets here, it's like, I can actually go down. So then it goes down. So that's how it sorts. I think it's actually pretty cool, pretty simple. Minecraft is actually a very smart game. It depends on how you play it. I mean, you can just be a builder or you can kind of get into the technical stuff. But once you get into that technical stuff, man, it gets crazy. But yeah. Okay, so that's kind of how that works and everything like that. But I am going to hop off, kind of get it all set up, and I will bring you back when we're actually setting up the filtering system for it. And then I'm also going to try to get the drop-off point set up and the track almost fully set up. And then I will, so when I bring you back, we'll put in the actual sorting system, and then we will connect those tracks and actually have it start working on camera, and hopefully it works. We also have a lot of wool that just needs to go through the system in general. So yeah. All right, so I'll bring you right back when this thing is actually done, basically. All right, see you in a couple minutes. Okay, guys, so we have everything set up. We have the rail system basically already, but we're gonna do the actual sorting system first, and then I'll show you how the rail system's kind of set up, and then we'll connect it, and then we'll push the hopper minecart down. And then also I installed a chest where we can just put the extra wool we have now to just go ahead and get sorted. So we're gonna go ahead and get that started as well. So let's hop into the back here and actually do the sorting system. When I open my inventory, you'll see that I have it organized by color because I had to look. I know Roy G. Biv is like the acronym for the colors, but I had to look up just to make sure I had it right. So we're gonna start with brown on this side, then red, then orange, then yellow. Then we're gonna go green, light green, cyan, blue, light blue, purple, magenta, pink, black, gray, light gray, white. So that is the entire sorting system already all set up, which is incredible. So let's now show you kind of the drop off. So the drop off is the same as it used to be. It just moved. So now the rail kind of goes down here, down this little hill, and then turns and goes. As you can see, I took out a rail to make sure that when I was testing it, it didn't actually go through the farm or anything like that. But yeah, should we go ahead and get this moving along? I think so. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set that off. Let's see if it picks up any wool, because the wool farm has been sitting without a collect. There we go. Okay, okay. It's working. It's working. So then we can kind of come in here and check. So there we go. So now we have 7, and the minecart's back off. Incredible. I'm actually so happy it's working. I just want to make sure it goes down and comes back up. Sweet. We have some more colors. I am ecstatic right now. I am so happy. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do on camera real quick here is we're going to grab as much of this as we can fit in our inventory. Okay, make sure we have 64 of everything we have. Cool. Then we are gonna come up to the back there where that chest was, and we will have to break the dirt block right above it because it's a chest, and chests cannot open with full blocks above them. Cool. And we are going to dump all of this in. Like that. There might start to be a little bit backup from the hopper minecart during this because of what's happening, but it shouldn't affect it too much. Especially because now that the minecart's running full time again, it won't pick up something every single trip it takes, which is kind of cool. We'll start to see here if we have any wool coming in or anything like that. But guys, that's the entire sorting system set up, running. So sooner or later, as we keep going, we will have a rainbow of chests here, which I think is incredible. And the idea I have for showing or designating the chest is either I want to put just a simple item frame with the color on it, or I want to have underneath the chest, because I think what I'm going to do here, these are going to be stairs and the floor is actually going to be half slab, so that even if it is a little dark, no one can spawn. But I think the block under the chest are going to be the colors that are in the chest. I like that idea a lot, and I think it would make it easy and kind of neat looking if that was the case. But okay, so I am going to let this run, let the wool all sort, get it all kind of running smooth, make sure it's working 100%, and then I will bring you back, and we're actually going to start working on the pumpkin and melon farm. Because we're working down here anyways, this will be able to run while we're doing that. So let me get some stuff, and I will be back when we start building the pumpkin and melon farm. All right, to the pumpkin and melons. Okay, so here we are back, and we are going to finish building the pumpkin and melon farm. As you can see, I have the entire pumpkin side done already. I just got into a mood where I just wanted to build. So those plants are growing and everything is all hooked up, as we can hear and see those pistons shoot off. Basically, it's pretty simple redstone. Behind each observer is a block, and then on each side of the block is redstone, and that powers the pistons on every single side. So when this plant grows, both sides shoot off, so no matter what side it grows to, it gets taken off. And then of course we have the glowstone right on top of the plants to make sure there's enough light for all the growing. Very compact, very simple, and all that stuff. And then of course the wool farm is still running in the background. That was one of the big things we did when figuring this all out, was making sure that it could get behind, so we have a block space, which is nice. And the sorting system been working. It's been about a day since I recorded the last part, so everything has now kind of been sorted, and we're starting to get more of each color. So that's nice. But let's hop in and let's finish building this real quick. It shouldn't take that long. It's pretty simple. So simple, easy build today, and of course it'll start helping us get food, which realistically we don't need, but you know, when you have the chance to build a farm in Minecraft, you kind of have to do it. There's really not an option not to, you know? All right. Cool. Yep, sweet. You guys doing anything fun this week? I mean, what? I know school for me doesn't start back up until next week, so I have another whole week off, which is quite nice. But yeah, I'm not excited for school to start. I don't at all. I feel like we just got out of the past semester and now we're back at it again, and we don't get like a spring break or anything like that. So really not too pumped about it, but you know, what can I do? I'm just a student, you know? But yeah, any fun plans? What is school looking like for you guys? That's the question. I know for me, I'm fully online. It was, I was gonna say it's by choice. It was mostly by choice, but also it really wasn't. So yeah, I'm curious. What does it look like for you guys right now? I know some schools are doing like that hybrid, which they've been doing. So I don't know. I'm not excited about it. Can you tell? School and I have a love-hate relationship, and by that I mean we both hate each other, and I act like I love it because my parents care. So, you know, that kind of thing. But that's why I hop on here and just build farms, you know? People, like, my parents really always ask me, like, why I play video games so much, or just, like, hop on and play, like, this kind of game where there's not really a need for a lot of focus, but you can put a lot of time into it, and my answer is always to keep my mind off of stuff. You know, it's not like there's anything interesting or fun going on around the world currently, so all right. Cool. I'm actually going to leave that a little bit open currently because our dyes are all still back there. So also, one of the viewers, the actual Shadow, who is killing the game currently, recommended the replay mod, and I have been looking into it, and I think within the next couple episodes you're gonna see it implemented. Was reading about it and I really like it. So little old me, who's not good with modding, is going to try to put that in. So I'm pretty excited, actually. Once I looked into it and read about it, I got super excited. So thank you for the suggestion. Anything that you guys think, or anything to make the video better, is always welcome, because obviously sometimes I just miss things. So all right. Okay, well, so that's basically that's the entire farm right there. We on screen just built, well, we didn't build the entire farm. I had one half of it done, but just like that, it is complete. Everything is happening. That dirt was not produced by the farm, but you know, it happens. But yeah, but that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the episode. We got a lot done in the episode. We have a whole sorting system for all the colors of wool, and we now have pumpkins and melons being produced while we just play on the world, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much for the support for the beginning of the series, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, guys.